Pity versus feeling for others.
It can be said with a clear conscience that to date the present generations are living in the darkest, most dangerous, inhuman epochs, which are very badly out of the control of the good human nature in relation to the whole terrestrial history of humankind.
Billy 2012.
Es kann mit gutem Gewissen gesagt werden, dass die heutigen Generationen in den bisher dunkelsten, gefährlichsten, unmenschlichsten und ausgeartetsten Epochen in Bezug auf die ganze irdische Menschheitsgeschichte leben. Billy Edouard Albert Meyer Portal, 2012.
The above quote is from the article The Striving for Happiness and Feeling for Others, Das Streben nach Glück und Mitgefühl, which Billy published in 2012 and which is so relevant today. So many humans on Earth are suffering physically and mentally as a result of overpopulation, wars, environmental destruction, new and old diseases, and so forth. When one reads or hears about the suffering of others in newspapers or other media, it can be shrugged off because emotionally one is removed. However, when illness or death strikes oneself or close to home, within the family or circle of friends, it is a different story. Feelings of sadness, helplessness, anger, and so forth arise, and it takes some skill not to wallow in pity or self-pity. In the above-mentioned article, Billy explains that pity Mitleid has nothing to do with feeling for others, Mitgefühl, conventionally translated with empathy.
However, what is feeling for others that plays such a big role? It has nothing to do with pity, which is fundamentally wrong and creates lead one, suffering and pain, because the thoughts and feelings are very badly out of the control of the good human nature and directed at making the laid and pain of others one's own laid and pain, and living the experience of everything in the same form, which corresponds to nothing other than a weakness of life and self-indulgence. This is completely in contrast to feeling for others, where the thoughts and the resulting feelings are focused on the laid and pain of others in such a form that a thinking and feeling along with them emerges from it, without a co-experiencing or co-Leiden occurring.
Was aber ist das Mitgefühl, das eine so große Rolle spielt? Es hat nichts mit Mitleid zu tun, das grundsätzlich falsch ist und Leid und Schmerz schafft, weil die Gedanken und Gefühle ausartend darauf ausgerichtet werden, das Leid und den Schmerz anderer zum eigenen Leid und Schmerz zu machen und alles in gleicher Form mitzuerleben, was nichts anderem als einer Lebensschwäche und einem Selbstgenuss entspricht. Dies ganz im Gegensatz zum Mitgefühl, bei dem die Gedanken und die daraus resultierenden Gefühle derart auf das Leid und den Schmerz anderer fokussiert werden, dass ein Mitdenken und Mitfühlen daraus hervorgeht, ohne dass ein Miterleben, that is to say, Mitleiden entsteht.
In other words, one ought to remain neutral, even though one may be concerned about the plight of the other. Instead of being self-indulgent by wallowing in pity, one could think of a practical way to help the fellow human being. From studying the spiritual teaching, it can be recognized that the true purpose of life is the perception, cognition, learning and following of the laws and recommendations of creation, which then leads to gaining true love, knowledge, wisdom, contentment, satisfaction, peace, freedom, confidence and harmony, as well as other good values of life, including the feeling for other human beings, the flora and the fauna. As Billy states in the above-mentioned article,
Therefore, feeling for others, Mitgefühl and true love, as well as all other high values, are necessary to attain happiness, equanimity, and a healthy affirmation of life, which together are also the key and the very source of good, positive, and righteous thoughts and the feelings resulting from them. Feeling for others, by its nature, is very deep feeling and gentle, very loving, peaceful, and supple. And once it is present, it is never harsh, and it cannot be easily destroyed, because it is extremely powerful and also very important for the human being who possesses it.
Mitgefühl und wahre Liebe sowie alle sonstig hohen Werte sind also notwendig, um Glück, Gelassenheit und eine gesunde Lebensbejahung zu erlangen, die zusammen auch der Schlüssel und die eigentliche Quelle guter, positiver und rechtschaffener Gedanken und den daraus resultierenden Gefühlen sind. Mitgefühl ist seiner Natur gemäß sehr einfühlsam und sanft, sehr liebevoll, friedlich und geschmeidig. Und ist es einmal vorhanden, dann ist es niemals schroff, und es kann nicht leicht zerstört werden, weil es äußerst machtvoll und zudem für den Menschen sehr wichtig ist, der es besitzt.
Billy further explains how feelings for others develop in the human being.
If human nature is observed and considered, then it becomes understandable that feeling for others and all the high values of true love, knowledge, wisdom, contentment, satisfaction, peace, freedom, confidence and harmony, and so forth, are the foundations of human existence, and that the fetus in the womb already perceives these in fine spiritual form. This happens through the state of consciousness and psyche of the mother, whose thoughts and feelings create the corresponding valueful impulses, which are then also of enormous importance for the brain development of the child in the first weeks after birth.
Wird die menschliche Natur betrachtet, dann wird verständlich, dass das Mitgefühl und all die hohen Werte, wahre Liebe, Wissen, Weisheit, Zufriedenheit, Befriedigung, Frieden, Freiheit, Zuversicht und Harmonie und so weiter die Grundlagen des menschlichen Daseins sind und dass diese bereits der Fötus im Mutterschoss empfindungsmäßig wahrnimmt. Dies geschieht durch den Bewusstseins- und Psychezustand der Mutter, deren Gedanken und Gefühle die entsprechend wertvollen Impulse erschaffen, die dann auch in den ersten Wochen nach der Geburt des Kindes für dessen Gehirnentwicklung von enormer Bedeutung sind.
Billy also explains that the development of feeling for others is further unconsciously encouraged in the newborn due to breastfeeding and the maternal affection shown. Therefore, through upbringing, a child can learn to develop feeling for others. Once grown up, the self-education continues, and adults can still learn to let go of pity and develop feeling for others. As with all things in life, there are different ways to learn this. Here is one affirmation among several others that Billy suggested and shared in his article: friendship, kind-heartedness, feeling for others, warm-heartedness and love, Freundlichkeit, Güte, Mitgefühl, Mitgefühlswärme und Liebe. Billy Edward Albert Meyer. Portal, which can help to increase one's feelings for others.
Friendship, feeling for others, kind-heartedness and love prevail in me, and these values fulfill me all around and make me peaceful, equanimous, harmonious, and make me happy.
In mir walten Freundlichkeit, Mitgefühl, Güte und Liebe, und diese Werte erfüllen mich rundum und machen mich friedlich, gelassen, harmonisch und lassen mich glücklich sein.
In daily life, it often happens that one forgets to have feelings for oneself or others, as Billy writes here.
The fact is that human beings immediately focus their attention on all the unpleasant things that arise in their daily lives, disregarding all other and pleasant things and simply forgetting the feeling for themselves as well as for their fellow human beings.
Tatsache ist, dass der Mensch sofort seine Aufmerksamkeit auf all die unerfreulichen Dinge richtet, die sich in seinem Alltagsleben ergeben, wobei er alle anderen und erfreulichen Dinge außer Acht lässt und das Mitgefühl für sich selbst sowie für seine Mitmenschen einfach vergisst.
In moments like that, it can be beneficial to remember the above-quoted affirmation or similar ones in order to build up true feelings for others.
Vibke Walder.